Today we're making super easy meals. If you're new, subscribe and drop a like. Let's get started.
Okay, tonight's dinner is easy. I actually ran in the store and got this today, and I decided we have softball tonight, so no time to really cook because I've got work to do today. So I'm going to put this with this carne asada seasoning marinade into the crock pot and see how it turns out. And we'll cook it, you can cook it 4 to 6 hours. Is it 4 to 6 on high, 6 to 8 on low, something like that. I'm going to cook it 4 hours on high because usually it gets done. We'll check it and I'll make some rice to go with it. And we've still got that queso cheese and we've got tortillas in the freezer. And this will be like a stockpile inspired meal. That is amazing. So let's go ahead and put this into the crock pot. I've already sprayed it. I'm literally just going to dump that in there. And then we're going to pour the marinade on. So if this turns out good, I'll go buy some more of this marinade because it looks really good. I don't want to totally use all of it. I'll save some of it because that's a lot of marinade. That way if they want to top it with some when it's done. And then we're just going to cook it, guys. Couldn't be simpler than that. We'll see how it turns out. I mean, it's usually, no matter what, taco stuff is awesome. So there we go. Okay, guys, I'm going to try out the new camera. So I am going to make skyline sauce. I'm going to put it in this pot first. I like my caraway pans the best, but they take a lot longer to warm up because they're much more thorough. So I'm going to make 3 pounds today because I took 3 pounds that I had down in the freezer and I'm going to cook that. I'm going to brown that first and then we'll go over the crock pot and we will put all that in there and let it cook all day long for our skyline sauce, which can be used for hot dogs, put on spaghetti. You can put it in taco filling, you know, whatever you want. And if you make extra, usually I make 5 pounds, but I'm not doing that today. Usually I make extra and I freeze it for later. Okay, the meat is done. I drained all the nastiness out of it and now I have made a compilation of all of the seasonings we are going to use. I didn't quite have enough of the chili powder because it asks for a lot. I couldn't find my original recipe for this. I'm using a different one. But what you'll need is 5 cups of water, 6 ounces of tomato paste. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Sorry, guys. So I'm going to tell you the instructions for like 1 serving of this, like 1 1/4 pound of beef. I'm actually making 3 pounds, so my measurements will be totally different. So I'm just going to tell you what the real measurements are if you were just going to do a single serving of this, because it's totally optional. So you would need 5 cups of water, 6 ounces of tomato paste, that's just 1 can, 1/2 ounce of baking chocolate, preferably unsweetened. I've used cocoa powder before. I'm going to just put some chocolate chips in because they will melt. They are sweetened, obviously. 1/4 cup of chili powder. I did not have 1/4 cup. I probably had close to it. I don't have enough to double that. So it's fine. A teaspoon of cinnamon. A teaspoon of garlic powder. You need a teaspoon of cumin. 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. I don't have cloves and I don't have allspice. And allspice is pretty important in this recipe. You need 1/4 teaspoon. But you can combine cinnamon and nutmeg in place of that, and that's what I did. Optional 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Ryan likes that, so I did do that. 1/8 teaspoon of pepper. 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And then you need 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. And then we're also going to add in something I drink every night. 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And then we will also, I think I already told you the water. And then we're just going to combine all that. If you were going to cook this on your stove, you could just cook this for a couple hours. 1 to 1.5 hours after your meat is browned. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let it slow cook on the crock pot because that is my preference. That's how I like it. I'm going to put the seasonings in, you guys. Like I said, I didn't have enough chili powder, and that's fine. I'm just using what I have, and it won't taste, it probably would taste better with more chili powder, but that's what I've got. I know it seems like that's a lot of water, which actually I gotta add a little bit more because my beef is, I have more beef than you guys would. But you need the water because it will, you just need it. It's a little liquidy, it's a little sauce. It's hard to explain the sauce when it's done, but it always turns out well. So I'm going to add the chocolate chips and the other stuff now. There's the apple cider vinegar, chocolate chips. Okay, now I'm going to add in the tomato paste. I'm trying to hold the camera. I don't know if it's going to go in, so I'll just show you afterwards because I'm holding the camera. So I'm going to stir that together. Now, I will say the Skyline chili is supposed to be really ground up. So you can take a meat, like one of those little things, and make it really small if you want to make it like it's supposed to be. But we eat it just like this. It doesn't really matter to us. Okay, now I'm just gonna, you can cook it on low for probably just all day, like 6 to 8 hours, or on high for 4 to 6. But there we go, guys. We'll come back later. Okay, so now I've got, I'm hoping nobody notices, but these are fake hot dogs. These are the veggie ones, plant protein ones I bought for $1.50 a long time ago. Sorry about the noise. Lainey's in here and Emily's trying to vacuum up dog fuzz. So I put it in and I'm boiling these. And here is the sauce. It has literally been cooking all day. You can smell it all through the house. It really needs to be ground up a little bit more, but it's like, see, it's kind of chunky, but it smells just like Skyline. So you can put this on stuff, top it with cheese. It's like, I'll probably grind this up a little bit more, but there you go. Easy, guys. Put it on spaghetti, put it on tacos, put it on hot dogs. And you can freeze it and it'll stay good. Okay, so I'm gonna make some carne asada fries or nachos. I haven't decided yet. So I got this on sale at Aldi. I've got 2 packs of this. I don't know if I need the full 2 packs, but it's a thin sliced sirloin tip steak. So we're gonna cook this up on here and add some seasoning. Here is the, I don't know if you call them steak nachos, carne asada. I used the taco seasoning. I used the green chilies. I chopped all the steak up because it was just not going to cook right if I didn't. And then I added queso on top of it and just broiled them for about 5 minutes on low. There we go.
Thanks for watching. That's it for today. Bye.